Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, while this bullish divergence and this falling wedge pattern are still playing out, we have a new Fed meeting happening in just a few hours from now. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Definitely stick around. First of all, talking about the upcoming FOMC meeting, also known as a Fed meeting, which is happening in just a couple of hours from now. So by the time you watch this video, it might have already happened. And basically, this Fed meeting or FOMC meeting is essentially to decide interest rates, whether the Federal Reserve will be changing the federal funds rate, which is this chart right here. And basically, all you really need to know is if the federal funds rate or interest rates are higher, that is usually not as good for markets. That slows down the economy. And so, of course, the reason why the Federal Reserve and many central banks around the world have been raising interest rates over the last 1 to 2 years or so is to slow inflation by slowing the economy. But on the flip side, if you lower interest rates, if you lower the federal funds rate, that increases lending activity and therefore increases the money in the economy. And so basically, higher interest rate is bad for prices and bad for markets, but lower interest rates is good for prices, means prices are going up, and good for markets. And in case you're wondering what people are expecting for today's Federal Reserve decision at the FOMC meeting, basically almost everyone in the market is expecting for the Federal Reserve to keep rates the same. Because right here, if you look at consensus, the majority is expecting for the Fed funds rate to be 5.5% after this Fed meeting today. And of course, right now it is already 5.5% before the Federal Reserve meeting. And if you're looking at the trading economics forecast, this is also expecting 5.5%. So no change in rates. And if you actually take a look at the futures market, what the market is actually pricing in right now, everyone is pricing in a 99% chance of rates staying the same and about a 1% chance of a 25 basis point hike, which means raising interest rates, raising the Fed funds rate by 0.25%. And so basically, if we see no change in interest rates today with today's Fed meeting, then that should be relatively neutral for the market, because once again, almost everyone is pricing that in and almost everyone is expecting that as the outcome today. But if we end up seeing anything other than no rate hike, that is where we could see a lot more volatility. Now, there's basically zero chance that we're going to get any rate cuts. But once again, as of right now, the market is pricing in a 1% probability of a 25 basis point hike. And so if we somehow see that 25 basis point hike today, then we would likely see a dump across the markets, because remember, higher interest rates are not as good for markets and prices. And remember, almost no one is expecting a 25 basis point hike. And as always, as soon as these numbers get released, I'll be sure to tweet them out over on my Twitter in real time. So make sure you follow me over there, link in the description and in the pinned comment. And in case you're wondering about future Fed meetings after today's Fed meeting, the next one will be happening on the 1st of November. And right now, based on what the majority is pricing into the market as the most likely scenario, basically the market is expecting for rates to stay the same for at least multiple months from now. And so basically the majority in the market is expecting no more rate hikes at all, even in future Fed meetings over the next few Fed meetings. And then in 2024, just next year, the market is expecting rate cuts. So interest rates coming back to the downside in 2024. But obviously between now and then, these probabilities can of course change with new data that we get between now and then. For example, new inflation numbers can heavily affect these probabilities. But anyway, now getting into the Bitcoin part of this video, this is on the daily Bitcoin chart. And right now, the price of Bitcoin is still continuing to bounce from this important area of support, which is sitting in between around 24.3K to 25.3K. And as for the daily Bitcoin price oscillators, once again, as I've been saying almost every day over the last 1 week, the daily Bitcoin MACD is still showing some bullish momentum, although it's not as much momentum compared to some of these previous moves. And so basically, instead of seeing a massive, extremely high momentum bullish move like what we saw back here, once again, we're kind of drifting to the upside like what we've seen over the last 1 week. Once again, that's simply what the MACD is showing right now. And as for the daily Bitcoin RSI, once again, this is continuing the breakout to the upside. And usually when the RSI is trending to the upside, forming higher lows and higher highs, this is a sign of strength for Bitcoin. And now there is a possible hidden bearish divergence forming in the RSI, because as of right now, we have higher highs in the RSI and lower highs in the price. But it is important to understand that as of right now, this is not yet confirmed, because for example, if the price continues drifting to the upside just above this previous high, then we have no bearish divergence at all. And so this is why we need to see confirmation. So once again, as of right now, we have no confirmed bearish divergence at all here. But what we do have is a confirmed bullish divergence, which I talked about all the way back down here around a week ago. And obviously since then, we have seen a lot of bullish price action as expected. And as of right now, this bullish divergence is still currently confirmed. So it's still playing out as of right now. And just staying on the daily Bitcoin chart, looking at this falling wedge pattern, which I talked about already a few days ago now. And of course, since then, we have seen some more bullish price action with the breakout. And technically speaking, the price target for this pattern is at the top of the wedge, sitting at around $30,000. And so from the current price of Bitcoin as of recording this video to that price target, that's still around a 10% move to the upside. And this pattern would invalidate, and that price target would invalidate if we see a confirmed break back below this line right here, which as of right now is sitting at around 26.3k approximately. And so once again, if we see a confirmed break back below 26.3k with daily candle closes back below that level, then this breakout invalidates, the pattern invalidates, and the price target to the upside invalidates. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And right now, the price of ETH is still running into this important area of resistance, sitting in between around 1620 to 1660. And in fact, right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is experiencing a small rejection from that area of resistance. And so this is why we need to see a confirmed breakout well above 1660 in order to become more confident that we're actually flipping more bullish again. Because until then, once again, the price is still hanging below important resistance, forming lower highs and lower lows. And so this is why I've been saying in recent videos here on the channel that we need to see a successful breakout, some more bullish confirmation in order to flip more bullish in the trend. And if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators right now, the daily Ethereum MACD is technically looking more bullish than bearish because the histogram is still in the green. But with that being said, it's showing very low momentum, which means we don't really have a strong direction at the moment on the price chart. And as for the daily Ethereum RSI, right now this is forming horizontal highs and higher lows. So it's looking relatively neutral because we haven't fully broken the downtrend by forming higher highs. But of course, we do have those higher lows also playing out a bullish divergence like Bitcoin. And so this is why I've been saying almost every day over the last 1 week, since all the way back down here, that we're due to see a pause at the very least from that bearish trend. Even if we do not see a massive trend reversal, once again, we're due to see a bit of a pause or relief from that bearish trend, because usually these bullish divergences play out in the form of either choppy sideways price action, if not a slight bullish relief as the most common outcomes. And so once again, this has been playing out as expected, and as of right now, this bullish divergence is still currently active. And as for support and resistance, looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool, right now we are experiencing a rejection from this previous Fibonacci level of support, now acting as resistance, sitting at around 1640 approximately. And so that line of resistance right there is sitting right in between this area of resistance, once again 1620 to 1660, acting as resistance. And as for support, we still have that 50% retracement level sitting close to 1520, acting as support. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.